All right, I got invited back over to Bill's for another dig. Looking forward to it. And I'm gonna have to stop at the casino to cash in my change at the casino cage, we call it, because I need some more ammunition, more ammo to spend on records. So we'll see you there. So here's the deal. I had a big bag of change and I needed to go cash it in. You can go to the bank, but here in Nevada, we like to go to the casinos often and cash in our change at the casino cage. And I wanted to add some more ammo. That means ammo equals money, right? For records over at Bill's. And I was really hoping to strike it big over there. A vinyl jackpot, as you might say. All right. So I'm going into a locals casino, going to cash in some change. I need more ammo for record digging, and I might play the slots a little bit and see if I'm lucky, because I need to hit a vinyl jackpot today. We'll see. Okay, here we are. Go cash in some change. This is a locals casino in Sparks, Nevada, actually. Okay, here I go. Wish me luck. Because I need to hit the jackpot today. I'm feeling lucky with the records. Okay, here goes. All right, one more time. All right, I'm getting out of here. I didn't get anything on the slots. And let's see if I hit a good jackpot over at Bill's. A vinyl record jackpot. We'll see you over there. And you head to the car, and Bill's house is really close to here. We'll see what the daylight looks like. Yeah. Out of that casino. So I made a quick stop over here back at Bill's garage and gonna buy some records. I have an errand to run today. It's my day off. It's a Tuesday. Here's a Johnny Hodges. I have Black Orpheus. I have actually 2 copies of that. That's pretty interesting. Still Rock. I have one of those. And what is this? It's interesting. And Jim Reeves. Bruce. Yeah, I was born to run. And I'm born in the USA. And I've looked at the Supremes. It's not, the condition isn't really that great on that one. Some of these records I've looked at before. This is one of my first favorite records when I was 13 actually. This is such a good Roberta Flack. I might have to look at that because I don't have that. And I can't find my Criss Cross record. That looks pretty good. And I have a really, really nice copy of Strawberry Alarm Clock. And I did check the condition on this before. Okay, let's film this a little bit. So one of these nights, man, this El Chicano, I want to get that. That's at LA Latin rock band. I picked up a copy of this. Ooh la la, this would be great to have. Let me check that out. Hang on Ramsey in the Shrink. Trini. That's a good Marshall Tucker. Have that J.J. Cale. And I have this Ike and Tina Turner. So I got my change cashed in. And, you know, we go to the casinos once in a while, not so much anymore. I used to work at Harrah's Hotel. That's the original Harrah's. Mr. Harrah, Bill Harrah, who was married to Bobby Gentry. Harrah's Hotel started here in Reno, Nevada, a long, long time ago. Nowadays, there's even non-smoking casinos, and there's a whole new wave of folks moving here that are patronizing the casinos. Anyway, in that particular casino, that's Western Village. It's a fun locals casino. There are two excellent, excellent restaurants. There's a steakhouse in there, very old school, that's just really, really good. Let me get into the records. I definitely hit it big. There's a lot of records. I'm going to get through this. And guys, first of all, I have Caravan out of Bill's Garage. And this is a UK import. This is from 1978. This is a second pressing from Caravan. I love my progressive rock absolutely so much. And this plays really, really nicely. This is on Decca. And next up, Stevie Wonder's Comp from 1982. And really, really nice to have. This is just so clean. Again, a double record. Very nice. Spun this. I've played all of these records. I've really had a good time because I filmed all of this a week ago. And next up, I love Rare Earth out of Michigan. And this record, this is Ma. This is produced by Norman Whitfield and written entirely by him the first time that the boys didn't write the music. This is from 1973. This is Ma for Rare Earth. This is such a great Rare Earth record. There's the band. And I've been wanting a really clean copy of this record for the longest time. Psychedelic Soul Jazz from 1972. And that's The World is a Ghetto. Very cool to have this. I've spun this twice. And I just bought All Day Music on a repress. And I love these Rhino reissues. This is Muff Winwood and Steve. You know, they wrote Give Me Some Lovin'. And you have I'm a Man on here. This is nice. I didn't have any early Spencer Davis. And this is just good to have it all in one spot. And then out of Brooklyn, New York, I love this band, man. Soul Funk from 1975. That's BT Express. And I actually bought two records from Bill. Really, really fun music. And this is the debut by Robert Gordon. And this is Robert Gordon with Link Wray. Yeah, I love this record. This is just excellent from 1977. Highly recommend this record. Very rockabilly revival. And out of Dayton, Ohio, this is from 1975. I mean, this is just funk goodness. And that's Ohio Players. And this is Honey. And yeah, I got to do it. We're going to show you the inside here. You know, they're great, great covers, right? And I did not have any vinyl from this artist. Everything on CD. Really pleased to have Just As I Am. Bill Withers. And this is his debut with Ain't No Sunshine, and this is from 1971. And from 1985 on Beggar's Banquet, this is John Cale. This is his 10th studio album from the Welshman, I'll say. And this is Artificial Intelligence. And this is excellent. This is really, really good. I'd love to find some more John Cale records. And I'll show you the Beggar's Banquet label. Very, very nice. Always enjoy anything on Beggar's Banquet, Bauhaus, whatever I can get. And recommended for me to get by Heidi and John. That's the other JT. His channel is So I Married a Record Collector. I mean, Tommy Tedesco's on here. Hal Blaine, you know, two of the key ingredients to the Wrecking Crew. And this is the Folk Swingers, Raga Rock. This is just excellent. So I did pick it up. It's in the shrink. Thanks, John, for recommending this. This is just a great listen. And this is on the World Pacific label. And a record produced by Johnny Winter, his very first record to be produced by this seminal artist, unreal. Hard Again, Muddy Waters. Never had a copy of this on vinyl. This is from 1977. And just so very cool to have. Working on a Groovy Thing by Barbara Lewis out of Salem, Michigan. What a singer, what an artist. Neil Sedaka wrote Working on a Groovy Thing. Yeah, really interesting. The first track, I'll Keep Believin', is terrific, really is. Great, great record. This is from 1969 on Atlantic Records. Here we go on Atlantic. And here's one Poco album I did not have, and this just about completes almost all of my Poco albums that I wanted, and this is delivering. Jimmy Messina's on this. I mean, you've got the crew is on here. This is so good. This is live from 1971 at Boston Music Hall. And I'm going to show you the back. I love these audience shots. And that's what it was like in the early 70s to go to a show, really. And oh, Canada, baby. 1975, Fly By Night. We have, yes we do, we have Rush. And I didn't have this on vinyl. So cool to have this record. Oh, I spun this one twice, absolutely. And from 1973, we have Mott the Hoople. So this just about completes all the Mott the Hoople records I wanted to get. Bill had them all. No, I had one or two, but now I have about 5 or 6. And check this out. This is on reprise. I'll just show you the Showboat reprise. This is, yes it is, Kinks' Greatest Hits on reprise. And straight up fusion with Jan Hammer from 1980, we have Jeff Beck. This is a cool record. I like everything that Jeff Beck does, so, I mean, you know. Need I say anything, really? The great, great Jeff Beck. And from Eraser, this is Sometimes, a 3-song maxi single. You have Andy Bell and Vince Clarke. This is from 87. And this is from their studio LP, The Circus. And here we go, coming in hot on mono, John Wesley Harding on a 2i Columbia. Very, very nice to have this. Now I have a stereo and a mono for John Wesley Harding. So you might say we started off a little cool, and I'm gonna bring the heat. Now here you can say that garage rock started with this band right here out of Tacoma, Washington, and that's the Fabulous Wailers. And this is on Golden Crest. That's the label from back east. And they came home to Washington State and started their own label, Etiquette. And this is just absolutely, absolutely wonderful to have this record. And here is the label here on Golden Crest, the Fabulous Wailers. And this Jamaican's wish came true. Peter Tosh, legalize it. You know, our state legalized early on here in Nevada. We got a lot of folks coming here for the green bud. And Catchy Shuby is about my favorite track. And there's Peter, the great Peter Tosh. And look at this. Yeah, we're not men. Here's Devo. I do have a copy of this, but this will be my #1. So I have 2 copies of this particular Devo album. And this artist I love so much. What a singer. He's still with us. This is from 1975. And this is Al Green's 6th album to hit the #1 on the R&B soul charts. This is, you know, his first 6 are just so great. And I never had this. Al Green is Love. Didn't even have it on CD. This is just an absolute wonderful record. And from 1978, I did not have Parallel Lines. Really great to have this. And from 1967, this is just straight up sunshine pop from a duo songwriting team from back east, Vinnie Poncia and Pete Anders, The Innocents. And Mersey Dotes, I can't handle that, but there are some deep tracks on here, man. This is a good record. This is on Kama Sutra, and very, very pleased to have this record. We're going Kama Sutra. And on German Wax, this is the debut. Yes, it is. This is Fabulous Poodles. This is from 1977. And John Entwistle produced this album. This is a good one to have. I have the other Fabulous Poodles albums. Well, there are others, but to have this debut is just really important and very cool. I'll show you the back here. Now here's a record. It's so cool. You've got one of my favorite guitarists, Jesse Ed Davis. You've got Stevie Guitar Miller on this. You've got Carl Radle, Jim Gordon. This is Endless Boogie. John Lee Hooker. Bam! So cool. What a listen. From 1971. There they are in the studio. Love having this. Now, this is my 3rd John Lee on vinyl. That's all I have, and all 3 of my John Lee albums are just excellent. Now this is cool. I don't have a lot of JB on vinyl. This is James Brown from 1981 live in New York. Let me get it out of the... There we go. And this is a good live album. It really, really is. And this is on Knockout Records. There we go, on Knockout Records. James Brown, 1981 live in New York. Yeah, I need some more JB. And this, I had to pick this up because the guys at work told me what a good album this is. I listened and I was pretty blown away. This is Country Grammar by Nelly. This is an OG. Really good to have. They're pretty rare originals. And as Mark from Mad for Vinyl says, this album has a ton of swagger. Now this is good. I do like select hip hop and rap when it's really, really good, and this is good. And here's that OG label. And live from the London House in Chicago, 1961. That's the great Oscar Peterson with Ray Brown and Ed Thigpen. This plays beautifully. The sonics on it are just wonderful. Great record on the old Verve. And one more to go, guys. This I mean, I'm just treasuring this record. Absolutely. This is from 1971, and this is Pacific Ocean Blue, Dennis Wilson. Yeah, I have one, definitely. I'll show you the wax on this. And you know, River Song, You and I on here is just wonderful. Here it is. I never thought I'd have this on vinyl, maybe a repress. And this should be an original. Let's see. I need to look a little bit more into it. And this is on Caribou. Really, really wonderful. So all of my other hauls have been really great, but this one I definitely feel I hit the jackpot on this one. Really, that's a lot of records. Thanks for hanging in there to watch this, and I'll see you on the next video. All right. Who is that?
John Lennon.
Oh, John Lennon. You know, like I told you, I came so close to meeting him and Harry Nilsson in Vegas in '73.
He was very accessible back then.
Accessible?
Accessible, yeah. Well, he's always been that way. That's why he got murdered, unfortunately, because he didn't believe in bodyguards or things like that. He just liked the freedom.
Yeah.
And 99.9% of the time it worked out. You know the story of the Butcher cover, right?
Tell me.
He had a copy of the Butcher cover album, and I think he signed it and did some doodling and some graphic work on it. So it's worth money. Well, he met a fan in '72 when he was Lost Weekend, and he had the copy with him, and he's like, well, I can just give it to you. And he gave it to the kid. The guy was an amateur reporter for a fledgling newspaper or college paper or something like that. So he just handed it to him. And then it sold for thousands here recently. I think he had sold it previously, but it sold for thousands at least.